Welcome back to the Garden of Eden. I realized that I had made a video the other day, or actually it was 2 weeks ago, and so much has changed already. So let's take a look. First, remember all that rock that was here? Between Mark and I, we shoveled it all, and we put AstroTurf down. Milkweed and everything's doing well, as you can see. This milkweed, of course, is for food, so it's not meant to be pretty because it just gets eaten. But I love it. My Salvador Dali plant is doing amazing, but it's actually getting to be too big, so I'm gonna hack it so that it gets bushier, which sucks because I hate hacking my flowers, but it's starting to get a little too tall and leggy. I need to cut it down and make it a little shorter and bushier. Let's see, I'll only just kind of highlight what's new. The Medusa has gotten all these new flowers. Those are going to all continue to grow. I'm getting the sun. Let me see what I can do there. This had a accident while the AstroTurf was getting put in. Look at all the roots that were attached to the tree that got ripped off. But it'll be okay, it'll reattach. Just use a zip tie. My orange Vanda is doing quite well. So I'm real pleased with how this area came out with the AstroTurf. It just looks so much cleaner and nicer, and it's less dirt on our feet. Still needing to get the grill section in order. What else was new? Oh, my white orchid had, or my, what do you call it? A couple of my orchids have opened. So remember, there were some new spikes on this, and I had pointed out the little new growth, whoops, down here. Look at how big that got already. And these have started to open. Got some new spikes on this one. There's two. I think these were open the last time. These have started to open. They weren't open on the last walkthrough. And a couple other new spikes up here. These are due for trimming. This one had produced a bunch of flowers, and let's see, there's one still. Look at how pretty that is. The, let me step back here. Project that we had decided to do, we got rid of all of the rock path that went here and then kind of made an awkward right to the sliding glass door. We shoveled, well, I should say, Mark shoveled all of that rock, got rid of all that. We put sod down, and all of the pavers got extended. So we had that stack of pavers that we then put to the side and basically extended the patio this way instead of having that awkward stone pathway that went to the door. So I feel like this just makes more sense from a visual perspective to have all of that as grass. The mango flowers, remember I was concerned because it was too early. They really blew up and are doing quite well, and they're full of bees, which is great. We love our pollinators. So I think we're gonna have some really good mangoes this year. My banana palm is still doing its thing. Look at the mangoes, wow, that's a lot. The other one hasn't flowered yet, which is okay because it's actually still a little early. I'll probably fertilize it, let's see, probably March. Usually we get mangoes in July, so I think we might get July mangoes and maybe May mangoes here, so that'll be fun. We'll have plenty. I'll take you into the patio because that's where a lot of other new stuff is happening. My encyclias. I've been waiting for these two bulbs. These were new bulbs to put out flower spikes, and look at that. I've got one here and one here. So these are encyclia. They are a beautiful flower. I look forward to showing you. And they actually have a smell, which is unusual for an orchid. I do have a feeling that this little guy wants to put out a flower, but we'll have to see. My cattleyas still doing very nice. I put some fluff around this one because it had so many exposed roots. I wanted to make sure it stayed hydrated. Another little encyclia that hasn't done very well in comparison to the other. It's a different strain of encyclia, different type, but I don't know. It's doing better now. I'll just keep trying. My aggragatum, God love this thing, not doing well. I mean, it's supposed to be on a winter rest. I'm letting it winter rest. It's drying out and dying. I don't know what to do. They should have called it aggravatum. Let's see. Have tons of spikes on my Phalaenopsis orchids. Nothing opening yet. Oh. Just in there it is. See, we've got spikes, but nobody's ready yet. I gotta turn these so they grow towards the sun. So if you turn them, then you don't usually have to spike them, because now that this is growing this way and the sun is over here, it'll about face, and eventually it'll be straight again, and then I'll turn it around again. And that's what happens with these. This whole thing is on wheels. So what I do is I let them start to go in one direction for a little while, and then I'll spin this whole thing around, and then they'll start to grow in the opposite direction. So see here, like this, that's got a spike there, and that's just hanging. So I'll just flip that around, and then the spike will start to go in the opposite direction. Still haven't done anything with my keikis, the little pups. These all need to be pulled off and potted. I'm just running out of room if anybody wants an orchid. And my Oncidium is doing really well. Lots of growth. Look at all these new little shoots. Lots of growth in here. No flower spikes though. That's a root. So I'm thinking I might wind up having to repot this soon. Although, I don't know. It's doing well. It's not unhappy. It's my first crack at an Oncidium, really, so we'll see if I can get that to flower. I moved my desert roses all the way over here so that they were all in one spot. These two hadn't been doing well, and I think it was because the gardener had sprayed them with a weed. There were a lot of weeds around the bottom, So he had sprayed, you could see, killed the weeds, did a great job there, but I think it had some impact on the plant itself. So I moved them over here. I'll take care of the weeds better, and hopefully he won't spray them anymore. And then I wanted to show this because this desert rose has some beautiful flowers on it, as does this one. Pretty hibiscus flower. Oh, 2 butterflies. Huh. How about that? Since I have a few butterflies demonstrating their ovipositing, where they lay eggs on the milkweed, and you've seen the caterpillars, of course, that then hatch and eat their way through life, then we get chrysalis. And I'm having trouble seeing in the sun. There it is. We had purchased this tamper. Izzy, watch out, please. I'm videoing. You're always in the way. We had purchased this tamper. This is for tamping. If you'd seen in the other video, it's a big heavy thing that you use to like tamp the sand. And we planned to just buy it and return it. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had another idea.